Happy Thursday. It's a little bit after 12 o'clock. We're just getting started with the vlog a little bit late. You know, we started off a little bit sluggish today. The first thing I wanted to ask you guys is how do we feel about my hair? Be honest. Not like brutally honest, but like kid glove honest. Like honest with your friend that you love a lot and know she has significant trauma and takes criticism really poorly, okay? How do we feel about my hair? So I'm trying this new thing where I actually use the things I buy. That's my dog. So I have this habit of treating myself to things that I think are interesting, sound great, that I like, and then I just put them away. Either I put them away because I feel overwhelmed, or I put them away because I use them once, get frustrated, and never want to try them again. So for my birthday, around the time of my birthday, I got a 20% off any Dyson product coupon at Ulta, and I had the 5 times points, rewards, whatever, and something else. So anyway, I was able to get an air wrap for like a stupid deal. And it was something that I wanted to try because, like, you know, my hair journey is one that I hate. Also, side note, I'll finish the thought, I promise, but I have noticed extensive hair thinning. I am talking like postpartum hair loss, but like the worst postpartum hair loss I've ever experienced, even though I'm not postpartum. I'm sure it's just hormone thinning. So if you guys have any recommendations of products, I almost ordered Nutrafol because I get like super campaign exhaustion from all the ads on Instagram. And I'm like, well, maybe I should try it. You know, like they're programming, like maybe I should try it. But if you have any recommendations of something that you've tried personally and you're like, you have to do this, let me know in the comments. Anyway, so I got the air wrap for a stupid deal. In fact, with the money that we got, like the rewards points, we got a ton of gifts during Christmas time. Anyway, so I tried it once and I was like, what the f? It was so hard to use, so I put it away. You guys, when I tell you that I put it away in a very aggressive way, like I put it all back in the container and I shoved it in the closet behind my clothes where I would never have to see it again. Part of my New Year's goals are to avoid frivolous spending, but also to make purposeful purchases and use the things that I've already bought. So in my closet, there's like things with tags on them and stuff like that. So we're trying to be a little more mindful of our spending. Anyway, taking that into consideration, one of my goals was to learn to use this thing. They only have this color. This was the only color. I wanted to get a blue one so it would match my hairdryer. They only have this strawberry, whatever the I'm sorry, that's bronze. It's a bronze color. So you'll have to let me know what you think. I only got a little angry doing my hair this morning with it. It definitely feels like a luxury purchase. It definitely feels like a fancy schmancy purchase. But you know what? There can be a very beautiful balance between like needs and then spoiling yourself or like minor luxuries in life. So obviously, Dyson is something that is ridiculously expensive, but if you're smart with it and you wait for that 20% coupon, the 5 times points where you get a ton of rewards money back, wait for a deal, use Ebates, and then you get money back and all that. Like, you could actually get it at a sensible price compared to other mid-range priced hair tools. Just saying, you gotta wait, like you gotta wait for the iron to be perfect temperature. I know that's not the saying, but you know what I'm trying to say. Speaking of minor luxuries in life, I did want to say thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this vlog, you guys. Okay, so fragrance is one of those things that I don't care what you say, it's a luxury, okay? Like, we don't need to be spraying on perfume all day long. Yes, we do. And this is where you come in and you make those decisions that are important to you. Little tiny things that you do in your daily routine that really make a difference. For me, it's smelling good. It puts me in a better mind space and a better mood. Just that olfactory trigger, you know, just the confidence you get from smelling good, or that exciting feeling when you try something new and love it. So I'm gonna share with you guys 2 of my favorite Scentbird fragrances. So excited. Okay, so if you have been here for the daily vlogs, you saw when these guys arrived. First of all, I lost my because of the packaging. You guys have seen these little bullets. I don't know what it is about Scentbird, man, but they keep surprising me with the beautiful color of the vessels that they put your fragrance in. So not only do you get a 30-day supply of a fragrance you picked without the super heavy commitment. I would say it's way more than 30 days. I mean, I guess it depends on how much you put on. For me, it's like a 15-day supply. I'm kidding. So we're talking about how this is like a luxury purchase, right? It's not a need, it's a want. But you can want like a really fancy fragrance, you know, like your Pradas or, I don't know, smaller niche brands without having to buy a full-size bottle. So if you know what you like the fancy stuff, or if you need help with suggestions, there's also a quiz that you can take. So 2 fragrances that I decided to try this month are Future Society. If I didn't have this, you guys, like I would be describing it to you like, it feels like a unicorn going over a rainbow when it ate popcorn and it was really happy with its mom. You know, like you want me to read this to you. So I decided to try the Future Society Solar Canopy and the Irfe Marshmallow Musk. Look at those bottles, isn't that cute? And we're seeing a common thread here. So the first notes, bergamot, red currant, lychee, pistachio, and pink sugar. Okay, you guys ready for this? You got the official notes description. Now you're gonna get my description of the fragrance. This smells like summer just got here and you've been anxiously waiting to jump in the pool. But you have your kids that day, so you're gonna have to jump in the pool with them, but you still wanna smell good and have a good time. You know what I mean? So it smells like a happy, bright, very beginning of summer day. That smells really good. The bergamot is aggressive in this one, so that's one of my top 5 favorite notes is bergamot. I also do like pistachio, but the pistachio is more of a dry down on this one. So I really like this one. This one's a very like, I'm not a normal mom, I'm a cool mom fragrance, okay? That's my best description for that one. Sorry, Scentbird, it's what I do, okay? It's what I do best. Then we have Marshmallow Musk. Look at the bottle. How cute is that? Okay, for this one, we have Earl Grey tea, magnolia petals, lavender petals, fresh jasmine, and marshmallow cotton. I'm not a huge florals, okay? I'm not a huge florals person, and for me to like this one, that says a lot. The dry down on this one is my favorite. At first, it's like fun and bubbly. Do you want my description? You're waiting for it, aren't you? It's like fun and soapy. It smells a little young, but in a good way, like I'm a cool mom kind of way. So it's like soapy and fun and bright, but the dry down's a little warm, like a hug, like a warm hoodie out of the dryer. You're welcome, Scentbird. This is why you keep calling your girl back, because my descriptions are epic. Okay, so not only do you get a 30-day supply, typically Scentbird is around $17 a month, which is why we're saying, okay, you know, this is kind of a little way of treating yourself. It's not a want, it's a need. But if you use the code 55Dani, there's a QR code on the screen. You can get your first month's supply for around $7. And then you're gonna fall in love with the service and you're gonna go order that new fragrance from Dedcool that I was telling you about. It's on their website. I know, we were just talking about it, you guys. If you guys were here a few days ago, I was telling you that I discovered the best perfume by hugging my co-parent's girlfriend. Dedcool Extra Milk. Check it out on Scentbird, you guys. You try it for a month and then you're gonna thank me later and be like, wow, now we all smell the same because it's a beautiful fragrance. So if you're just trying to include a little kiss of luxury in your life, or if you're trying to find your new signature fragrance, or you wanna smell like summer's around the corner and you're about to jump in the pool for the first day of the season with your kids, or I don't remember how I described this one. I'm gonna list these 2 and the Dedcool one that I was telling you guys about in the description box. But you guys, believe me on this one, if you have heard me talk about a fragrance that I have mentioned and you wanna try it out without the big giant commitment of a full-size bottle, QR code on the screen, 55Dani, you'll get your 30-day supply. All the information will be listed there. You know what else? You know what else I want you guys to get excited about? Just kidding, just be supportive on this one. Just be a little supportive on this one with me. I did. You didn't hear that. You heard that correctly. It is Thursday. It's Thursday at noon. There's a 10-year-old in my living room. That is 100% accurate. So here's the scoop. I have a circle of men in my life, an ex-husband, a new husband, 2 sons, and all 4 of them have really severe allergies. They're particularly like devastating in the spring. So Parker's been out of town all week And the only texts that I get from him are, I am suffering, I'm dying, I had really bad night's sleep, my sinuses. Guess why little man's in the living room right now? His sinuses. Okay, I sent Parker a Giphy. Is that how you say it? A GIF? How do the kids say it these days? I sent him a Giphy of the movie Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know which one I'm talking about? That's literally Parker and Daniel. They're always sick at the same time. That amongst other things that are really cute and adorable, but speaking of cute and adorable, hello. Hi. Did you almost fall down? You got so excited. Oh my goodness, what happened? Do you want to get down? Want to go say hi to your boy? Do you want to go say hi to your boy? Okay, we can go say hi to your boy. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Can you see my baldness? Oh, you guys. Cuando no es fu, es fa, let me tell you. That's what my mom used to always say. When it's not one thing, it's another. So little man is home and he's not sick. He just doesn't feel well because of his allergies. So like his sinuses are raging. He has all that pressure in his face. I mean, his stomach hurts from all the mucus. You're welcome for that image. From all the mucus that he has. And it's just rough, because he gets better with one thing and then he's like suffering with something else. And he's so small. Like, I don't like him to be uncomfortable. So what can I do? It's sinuses. I'm not, give him Sudafed, give him Benadryl. I mean, it's really just one of those things where if you don't feel well, you're just going to have to relax until you do feel well. The problem is, here's the problem. In the past, I would have deprioritized my needs. I have an event this afternoon with Keds. It is a walk. It's called the Bliss Walk. And hello, do you want to say hi to your tias? Want to say hi to your tia pandas? Hello. Is it hug o'clock? It's huggy break time. Oh, look at that. That's my little mister. How are you feeling?
A little better.
A little better? It's your allergies, huh? I can't tell. Are you nodding yes or no? It's not? What is it? What do you think it is?
My stomach.
It's your stomach because you swallow your boogers instead of blowing your nose.
That's not true. I blew my nose 5 times yesterday.
5 times yesterday. That definitely will solve all your problems.
And 5 times before that. And 5 times before that.
So 15 times?
And before that.
And before that.
And
that hair for me,
day.
though. Look at that. We're going to get a haircut soon? No? Okay, where was I before that cute interruption? It was like double cute interruption. We got a 4-legged creature and then we got a 2-legged creature. Okay, so in the past I would have deprioritized my needs. I've done that in the past and I have this like major regret that I think scarred me for life. It Cosmetics was having an event in Dallas, and at that event they were going to do like personalized cowboy hats, and it was like the CC cream. Their CC cream, it was an event for their CC cream, and I think they were launching the glow version for the very first time. I don't remember what happened, but I needed to be 100% parent versus 50-50, or when we switch off and then it's, co-parent's turn. And it was one of those days where he was having some kind of thing with work, so I had to step in and help. So in the past, it was like, yeah, absolutely, I drop everything because I'm mom first. But then I've created this power dynamic where I am available at any and all times, and it's not reciprocated. So not only do I grow resentful of the situation, I also don't honor what's important to me. And then I also create an environment where I'm not seen as another person with a life and with needs. I am an appliance, basically, or an Uber or a chef or whatever. And so I regret doing that because then it created this culture of, hey, I'm on call. Like, for example, today, the nurse always calls me. I'm the only contact person, and I don't mind because I want to know when my kids aren't feeling good. But like today, I can't pick up Daniel after school. So we had to do this whole setup of, hey, it's your day. I have to be somewhere at 4 o'clock, and you're going to have to figure it out. I don't know, how do other parents do it? I mean, even parents that are together, there comes a time where it just doesn't line up and your kid has to survive somehow. And I think my boys are at that age where it's not as scary to leave them a little bit alone for a little while. And I don't mean like alone. I just mean without one parent or the other. Anyway, long story short, Keds invited me on a menopause walk. It's like a raising money for menopause research, I believe. And so it's like a menopause awareness event. And I invited my friend Alina to go with me. And it's this afternoon towards downtown Dallas between 4 to 7. It's a 2-mile walk. Not only is it an event for like menopause research and awareness, it's also for the launch of their newest walking shoe collection or athletic shoe collection. Did you guys know that Keds was the first shoe brand to make sneakers specifically for women? I know. You know, it's weird to think back that it hasn't been that long that we have been seen as like almost equal individuals. Almost. Not fully, almost. So yeah, it was in they put it in their email. I think it was 1916. Okay, listen to this. It might be interesting. It might be infuriating. Totally up to you. We're no strangers to firsts. After all, we created the first sneaker for women in 1916. To celebrate the launch of Bliss Walk, we're partnering with Let's Talk Menopause to raise awareness about menopause and perimenopause. For every person to participate, we'll donate $100 to this great organization. This milestone also perfectly aligns with International Women's Day, celebrating women's strength and the power of new beginnings. Step into comfort, step into awareness, and step into a new era with us. So we're going to meet at Katy Trail here in Dallas. We're going to not only see these this new awesome line of shoes, but we're also going to do this walk for raising money for menopause and perimenopause awareness. If that doesn't sound like a good time, Keds is like, hold my drink. Yes, you can bring a friend. So Alina and I are going to do that this afternoon. But in order for me to be where I need to be at 4 o'clock, I had to like coordinate, with co-parent about this, that, or the other, here, there. But luckily, and that just sounds awful, but luckily Daniel came home sick. So now on my way to the event, I can drop him off at Dad's. And that's like one little less thing to worry about, even though I'm going to be worried the entire time because he has baseball practice, baseball lessons, and then Mateo has baseball practice tonight. If Parker were here, like if he were not out of town at this conference, I know he'd be like, no, I'll stay with little man, go have fun, do what you gotta do, but he's not here. So that's just, it's nice to have a village, you guys. It's really nice to have a village, but sometimes, you do the best that you can, and this is the best that we can do right now. You know what else we can do right now, since we have a little bit of some downtime? What's up? What are you doing? What are you watching? Oh, you're so sick. You're eating Nerds? Oh, that always makes me feel better. Yeah, it's making you feel... Let me tell you. I think I got bamboozled again. That nurse. All right, let me start off by saying this. The nurse, she's great. She has always taken really good care of my boys. They both have been through this elementary school. But she is a sucker for those doe eyes. Like a sucker. She gets sucked in so easily. He's like, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, I'm a little nauseous. And she's like, oh, hey, it's so-and-so. I have Daniel here. He's not feeling too well. And I'm like, uh-huh. I let her tell me come pick him up. I never offered, do you want me to come get him? But you guys, I'm thinking it's starting to become a thing because he's come home a lot recently. But he genuinely has been sick. I'm just grateful that I haven't had anything like in the middle. Like, I'm grateful it's not like 2 weeks from now when I'm getting my hair blonded. I know that's not a word. Just go with me on this one. Where I'm not at Katie's salon Katie's salon. I'm not at Abstract Studio, getting blonde again and sitting there for 6 hours and not being able to go pick him up. But again, I have to start prioritizing my needs, and I also have to start empowering the other adults in my life to step up, especially when it's their time. You know what I mean? Okay. This hole that I showed you guys in the olden days when we used to want to watch TV with commercials, we would have cable. and they would put these ugly things in our walls for the cable to come out of, and they had like this sharp needle sticking out, and you had to connect that to another thing and like screw it, and that was how you were able to watch like The Real World, you know what I'm talking about? Or Spring Break. Oh my God, that was one of my vices, is watching Spring Break on MTV. That was garbage. Like that was garbage, but that was also the birth of like reality TV, like my love of reality TV. Anyway, we're gonna patch this hole together. I don't know if I'm gonna do a good job, but I've done it in the past, and I'm sure there's like a million other ways of doing it, but this is just how I do it, and it works. The first thing you're gonna need is a wall patch. They look like this. They come individually, they come in multi-packs, they come in like really big sets and really small sets. So I like to get a multi-pack and just have it on hand, because you never know when you're gonna wanna plug holes. Like that one in our bedroom that I showed you guys the other day about how we used to have Ethernet cables for the internet. So I got this set on Amazon. Sometimes I get them at Home Depot, but they're like way more expensive. This one has a lot of different sizes. I don't need all the sizes. I just need, let me show you. I just need this size. So basically what it is like a sticker with mesh and webbing, ribbing. Sophia, where are you? Okay. So this is like a little bit of like a webbing or mesh sticker that sticks to the wall. And then you have a metal, like a sheet of metal, and you put the sticker on the wall, and then you cover it in putty, and then you paint it, and that's it. I know, it's not that complicated, but it's really useful for like, if you have one of those doors without stoppers, you know what I mean? Who's texting me? You have one of those doors without stoppers, and so then you have a hole in the back of your door from the doorknob. Or if you have, I don't know, maybe like a spouse, soon to be ex-spouse, that has rage issues and they break in your house and you have holes that you want to patch up, it's good for that too. Hopefully that is not your experience. If you have holes in walls, this is what this is for. And this kit is really cool. I think it was $10, and we got lots of different sizes. You know what I mean? Like, I really hope you don't live in a home that has a hole this big, because that would make me sad. This is the size that you need. This kit also has a little sandpaper and a little scraper. I have like stuff that I already like to use, and I already sanded it when I moved my room around and I was vacuuming. I was like, I'm gonna do this now because I'm gonna make a mess again, and I don't wanna do that. So I sanded it already and cleaned it up. So all we gotta do is go in with this and stick it on. Step 1, complete. Are you fascinated? It's just a sticker. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy how easy certain things are to do in your home once you find out how to do them. And I think a lot of the times what holds us back is the fear of, that's probably a really hard thing to do. Look it up. There's this book at Home Depot. I'll link it down below. There is this book at Home Depot that basically, if you're a book person, I know you could find everything online now, which is great, but how do you even know how to look it up? How do you even know what it's called? How do you know how to buy those things, or what the proper name when you go to Home Depot? Like, how do you go to a store like that successfully and not get mansplained? You know what I mean? So I'll link the book. It basically answers all of your questions for like very reasonable, very doable DIY projects at home, including stuff like this. And then you go in with some putty. This part is probably the most difficult, because if you have wall texture, you're gonna have to match it. If you don't have wall texture, you're gonna have to make it as flat and seamless as possible if you have smooth walls. So it's kind of tricky. If you look where I've patched these things in the past, if you look really hard, you can tell. If you don't, you can't. So it's one of those things where, how much of a perfectionist are you, and are you going to be okay with just leaving it alone? You know, for me, I'm like, I don't give a. So we're going to just do our best. Okay, so you guys remember what I did yesterday? The don't hit record and then you miss the whole action of me cleaning out my dryer vent. You missed the whole action of me showing you how to texturize a wall. So I'm gonna talk you through it before I rage right now because I'm really starting to get frustrated. Okay, so ordinarily, if you have a house or do you live in a suburb where like they're obsessed with spray texture, like all your walls are textured? This house is about 25 years old and it had smooth walls, so they wallpapered everything. I guess 25 years ago, it was really cool to wallpaper things. So instead of removing the wallpaper, they just sprayed texture over the wallpaper and painted. So our texture is a very bizarre texture. So something like this really helps to match textures, especially if you're touching up or patching up a hole. This is ceiling texture and it gives you like the orange peel texture, but in different thicknesses. You have fine all the way up to heavy. You guys can see the difference there. But if you have a husband that uses this and doesn't put it away properly, it gets clogged and you basically have to throw it away because there's no way to unclog it even if you take it apart. Trust me, I already tried, which is probably also why I'm frustrated. So I thought, well, what's a way that we could mimic texture? The first thing that came to mind for me was a dish sponge. And it was so cute, you guys, because I was vlogging it and I was like, oh my God, the first thing that I used actually worked. And like you actually captured my joy before the rage. And let me show you guys. So here's the little patchwork that we're doing. So I went in with it's not wet and it's like almost dry. It's damp, but almost dry. And I kind of just bumped it around. I had 3 options. I was sure one of them would work: a wet paper towel, a dry paper towel, or a dish sponge. And I actually ended up using all 3. I went in with the sponge first, then I went in with the damp paper towel, and then I went in with the dry one. And it's mimicking a pretty good texture. It kind of stands out too much at the moment because you see the whiteness and the gray of the paint. But once you paint over it, you're really gonna see my pants. Once you paint over it, you're really gonna see, hopefully nothing. That's the goal, is to not see anything, but you may still see a little bit of shadowing and breakage. You may still see a little shadowing of the texture. And so you can, like, if you're really invested, you can sand it down and then paint it again. And then pro tip, jump on Amazon and get yourself like a 20-pack of the sponge brushes. Yeah, those like rectangular wooden handle looking ones that kids use to finger paint, like when they're with their little Crayola paints that you squeeze out. It's like a 20-pack for like $5. And when you're doing touch-up paint, use one of those and then throw it away. It's so much easier than using a regular paintbrush and then having to rinse it, wash it, dry it, and put it away properly without getting rusty, and making sure that you don't get any of like the paint inside the metal part, or like, what is that called? It's like makeup brushes. You know, when you don't want the wetness to go into the glue and then it softens the glue and then you ruin your brushes. It's the same concept. Like, who has time for that? So if you go on Amazon, you get yourself a multi-pack of the sponge brushes and use them for touch-up paint. They're awesome. At the moment of me recording this was like maybe 25 minutes ago before I realized that I hit record at the end versus the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, I hit it at the end, assuming I was ending the recording, and it started the recording. It took a lot of me not to snap. I'm not my mother, but sometimes I wish there was a dad, you know what I mean? Like a dad to help. Anyway, I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit and then we can touch up paint. You guys, almost 2:30. My day has not turned around. In fact, I'm still feeling pretty agitated, but I figure this is for a good cause. I get to hang out with my friend. And what happens every time that you're overthinking going out? You know, like, oh, I should be here. There's other things I need to be at. You always go through that, negative self-talk of, I need to be doing other things. I don't, this is just for fun. It's really not for, and then you come home and you're like, I am so glad I did it. I was like, all right, Daniel, we gotta go. I gotta drop you off at Dad's. We're running out of time, blah, blah, blah. I looked down. I hadn't even changed. I was still wearing like my lounging at home outfit. I'm like, haven't gotten ready. What the? Today's just not it. Today is not it. Do you want to see my outfit? What do you even wear on a menopause awareness walk? You know, so it's sunny outside, but it's windy, which you know how I feel about that. It's windy and it's going to be cold here pretty soon. So I just went with my puffer vest from Amazon. Just went with my puffer vest from Amazon. Then I have this really cool, it's like a scuba material pullover with a little cinched waist. I have an undershirt because I told you I get cold for everything. And then remember my long leggings, like my, what did we call them? Freak of nature. These are my freak of nature leggings. Whipping them out. And then sneakers. They asked us to pick a specific sneaker style. So there was like a list of sneakers to choose from. I think there was like 6 or 7 different kinds and colors. So they asked us our size and the sneakers. So I'm not sure if we're going to get there and then change into them for the walk, or if they're just going to hand them to us as like a thank you for coming and your support. Oh, did you hear that? I heard that too. Anyway, so I'm heading out the door. I got to drop off this sticky coconut at Dad's and then meet Alina there by 4. Apparently, it's going to take me 50 minutes to get there. This might just do me in, you guys. Bear with me. Hopefully, I do check in again. You want to say bye?
Keds has a great history in making shoes specifically for the woman's foot. So we actually had the first sneaker for women, something we're really proud of. And we've been building incredible shoes for women for over 100 years. And with the launch of this Bliss Walk collection, we're really digging back into our heritage of comfort, kind of blending with style. So the shoes you're all wearing, which thank you again for coming out and celebrating and putting them right on your feet. We appreciate that so much. Are not only lightweight, they have a really amazing Bliss foam insert that can be removed and washed. The shoe is fully washable. Super comfy. I think you can all attest to that now. And we're super excited to continue to expand and kind of build on this new category for Keds. We're going to do a quick 2-mile loop. Come back, we'll have some sips and drinks and kind of mix and mingle. Last but not least, we're also really excited for this event to work with Let's Talk Menopause. So for each of you who have shown up to do the walk, we're going to donate $100 to Let's Talk Menopause. It's a cause, a cause that we love, the Keds team loves. And with that, I'm going to kick it over to Marie from Let's Talk Menopause. She's the Chief Operating Officer, to talk a little bit more about the incredible work they do.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks to everyone at Keds. We're really thrilled and thankful for this opportunity. Just a little bit about Let's Talk Menopause. It was started almost 5 years ago by 2 co-founders, Samara Daly and Donna Klassen. It's a national nonprofit. We're based in New York, but we operate nationally. And they started Let's Talk Menopause from their own terrible experiences, experiencing menopause symptoms, 2 very different experiences, but what they shared was they were dismissed, they were ignored, they were misdiagnosed by, well-meaning doctors, but doctors who basically did not even begin to understand what they were going through. So after finally finding the right care and getting through their symptoms, getting the correct care, they realized if they, based in New York City with access to the best doctors, some of the best doctors in the world, couldn't find care, then women all over the country, let alone world, are experiencing the same thing. So they were moved to start Let's Talk Menopause. We do annual symposiums, and we're trying to do them around the country. We did one in New York. We did one in Chicago last year. Our 3rd one this year is in Dallas, coincidentally, on May 2nd at the Warwick Hotel. So anyone who wants more information, there's postcards there in the bag, and we're at letstalkmenopause.org. And we try to bring people together because we think it's really important, like Keds is doing, to bring women together, to share their stories, to get the information. We have great doctors, Mary Claire Haver, Jessica Shepard, Tamsin Fidel as our ambassador, Sharon Malone, amazing doctors who have been incredible, donating their time and efforts to us. So we're really thankful for all of you being here, and thankful to Keds so much. Thank you.
guys, it's about 7 p.m. I just got home. Oh my gosh, I am exhausted. I'm waiting for Daniel to be dropped off. I have to share this with you guys, but your girl's a mess. Today, today would not be complete without a text from co-parent that said, like, the event was at 4 o'clock, right? So I'm checking into the event at 4 o'clock. I get a text at 4:04 from co-parent that says, something bad happened with Mateo. Talking to school officer now. As I'm checking into the event, that's like 50 miles away from home. So, oh my goodness. Tomorrow, we're going to unbag that together. We want to see what we got in our little bag. I haven't even seen what's in it, you guys. I put my sneakers in there. I got my walking shoes on still. They are so comfortable. No joke, you guys. They are really comfortable. Like, I would have changed into my old shoes. You know how I am. I'm a creature of habit. I like what I like. I didn't change back into my shoes. We did our little walk in these. They're amazing. I'll make sure to link them for you guys. But we get to the event. We do our walk. I get that text. I'm like, we left the event about an hour early. I just told Alina, I'm like, I really need to figure out what's going on, So anyway, I just got home. We'll unbag that together, and I'll also update you guys on when it ended up happening, because I don't know all the details. I just know the shortcut version that I got from co-parent on the phone as I was checking in. So I just asked, are we okay? Are we good? Did you take care of it? Yes. Are we is everything under control? Yep. I'm like, do you want me to come back? No, I took care of it. It's handled for now. As much as we're able to do, I took care of it. So I don't want to share with you guys because I don't really know the details. What I do want to share with you guys right now at this moment is, don't forget Scentbird, you guys. Now's your chance to try that fragrance that I have been obsessed with. I'll list the 2 that I mentioned before, especially the marshmallow one. And then the Dedcool Extra Milk. I'll link them in the description box. If you guys scan that QR code on the screen here and use the code 55Dani, you can get your first 30 days of Scentbird. So it's kind of a good deal. But this mama is spent. I am tired. I have had one of those days where I'm pretty sure I'm either gonna cry in the shower or I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. I'm crying somewhere tonight. I miss my husband. I miss my best friend, we really need to get Friday here immediately. Oh. You know what else I need to do is answer this phone call. Good night.